Hello to all my caregivers and families and friends. It's Tezzy Gilbert with OMG I'm a Caregiver. It has been a little while since I've come on and shared a little bit with you guys. What can I say? Life has been lifing, but hallelujah, anyhow, right? Okay, so today I just wanted to come on and just talk a little bit about something that has been more coming up more recent than normal. Um, and I think it's important as a caregiver to keep in mind compassion. Um, I'm in the business of taking care of aging parents, siblings, etc. And one of the things that I constantly have to remind families of is the importance of exercising compassion. How do you think they feel? Do you think they want to be in this situation? Are they really in pain? I get asked that question a lot. Oh, do you really think she's in pain? Well, why would she fake it? Well, I often hear for attention. Well, you know what? Regardless if it's for attention or not, we still have to be compassionate. Most of the people that we care for are, like I said, aging seniors. So there's a lot of different ailments that are going on inside of the body. I couldn't begin to tell you how they're really feeling. I just know that the moans, the cries, um, the winces, you know, those are indicators that something's going wrong, right? The ability to not move, or maybe they don't have an appetite today, they don't want to drink. Those are indicators that something is actually happening. And for me and for my team here at Optimum Assisted Living and Memory Care, two locations, soon to be three, we exercise compassion. We hear a lot of the cries and the screams and the insomnia, etc. And what I've realized is I can't tell you how they feel. Just like if I was in pain, and I know when I've been in pain before, having a baby, having surgeries, being sick, it's hard to articulate how you feel, but when you're not feeling great. And the last thing you want to hear from somebody is, suck it up. It doesn't hurt that bad. Um, uh, you're fine. You're going to be okay. The you're fine and no, the you're going to be okay is okay, because that's reassurance. It's would be part of support, but it doesn't hurt that bad. He or she is just putting on a show. They just want extra attention. She's making it up. I'm trying to think of a lot of things that I hear from families, and anytime I hear that, it honestly, in my heart, it makes me feel sad, right? Because how do you know that that's what they're feeling? How do you know that he or she is faking? How do you know that it's not actually a real cry for some help? One of the things that we do here, and I really feel like we do it well, is we do a lot of TLC. We spend a lot of individualized time with the residents. Our ratios are small for a reason. We have a 1-to-5 ratio at our Missouri City home and a 1-to-7 ratio at our Sugarland home, where we're able to give more individualized care and more attention. And I really, really love that. I speak with a lot of families on a daily basis, and when I hear that, I always just say, how do you know? How do you know? And I actually told a family member, I said, if I pushed you on the ground and you hurt yourself and you got up and your arm was, bloody and bruised and scraped and you were bleeding, does that hurt? Well, probably so. But how do I know that? How do I know that you're actually not hurt and you're just faking? I know that's a bit extreme, but it's painting the picture. If you're a woman and you've had a baby and you've been in labor without medications, if anyone ever said that it didn't hurt, you're ready to. Why? It hurts. It hurts. And trust me, I know I've had one baby. It hurts. Okay. That pain is real. So I would never, just like I would never tell a mother that was delivering, suck it up, get over it. It's not that bad. That's the same way I would exercise, or I exercise the compassion here. I have the same level of compassion. We don't use those statements. What do? We deal with it. And the other thing that we do, again, it's a lot of individualized attention. We give a lot of hugs, we have a lot of talks. Sometimes it's redirection. Sometimes it's remembering that although they're at the stage that they're at, they once worked. They had a life, they had a children, they may have been married. They had a whole life before they came to this point, and now life has changed significantly. Time does that. Time does that to every single one of us. Me at the age that I am right now, not going to share, but me at the age that I am at right now, what I will say is, let me go to the gym and work out. My recovery may be a little bit different than it was when I was in my early 20s, right? I have to do a little bit more to make sure I'm recovering. It does hurt sometimes. I do ask for help on occasions when things hurt, right? I might have to go and see a doctor. I pulled something. I can articulate, but they can't feel how I feel. So I appreciate the compassion from the doctor if I have to go. I appreciate the compassion from family, friends, etc. If I say I'm not feeling great, I just want to make sure that we're issuing the same level of compassion to parents, siblings, children, those that we are caretakers of. Patience is so important, and it is so hard to really come by if you're working and you have other things going on outside of your role as a caregiver. You have to be a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Well, in that case, there's something called a caregiver burnout. That's a real thing. And if you're reaching a point to where you notice your patience just isn't where it used to be anymore, take a break. Take a break. Bring your loved one in if they have Medicare, or you can afford to pay for respite care. Check your benefits, your parents' benefits. If they have Medicare, Medicare pays for 5 days of respite every 60 to 90 days, I believe. I need to fact check myself. I feel like I'm incorrect in the time frame, but I know that they do pay for a respite stay at a skilled nursing facility, sometimes even at an assisted living. There are long-term care plans, Mutual of Omaha, and a few others that also offer a daily rate for respite services. Make sure you look into it. Take a break. We have some families that just come and it's the weekend. It's a long weekend. It's a Thursday through a Monday. Doesn't have to be permanent. You just need a break. You need to catch a breath. You need to get out or rest or do something you enjoy. Either way, if you're feeling like your compassion just is not where it used to be, you have got to take a break. Because as caregivers, when we're giving care, it is so important that we remember that we have to exercise patience and compassion. Some of you may say, well, you don't do this day in and day out. Well, I actually do. I spend a lot of time in our communities here. I'm primarily at one community. We have another ED at a different community, but I spend a lot of time here getting care. I change, I feed, I read to, I hug, I sing, I pray, you know, I do all the things that a caregiver does on a daily basis. And sometimes it's to multiple people. Sometimes I'm here from sun up to sundown. Sometimes I might spend the night if that's what the job calls for. But I know that commitment is real, and the people that we care for depend on us to be rested and in good spirits on a daily basis. Because honestly, the way that their day goes depends on what we do and how we give care. And that can make a difference between a really good day or a really bad day. So keep that in mind. I just wanted to jump on here really quick and just talk about the importance of having compassion as a caregiver. As always, you can visit my website. I actually am in the process of building a new one. We are still at, no, we changed. We're now .org. We're no longer .com. So it is developme10x.org is my website. Also, you can email me at tgilbert@developme10x.org if you have questions. I look forward to hearing from you. I thank you for your time. And remember, compassion is something we have to exercise daily, just as much as our happiness is something that we have to exercise daily. Those are choices. We have to choose to have compassion, patience, joy, happiness. All of these things are daily choices. And I want to encourage you and say that you can do it. If you need to take a break, take a break. It's okay. You're doing the absolute very best you can, and you may be the only one doing it. But it's also okay to ask for help. If there is no one else that you have, even if you have siblings and maybe they're not as active as you are, because that was me at a point in my life, take a break. It's okay. It's okay to let someone else help you do some of the heavy lifting so that you can rest. Because if your loved one does not have you, then who do they have? You can't be broken down, busted, and disgusted. Okay. So I want to encourage you. As always, if you have questions, reach out to me. You guys have done that. I appreciate it. Some of you have even found me on social media. Thank you very much. But I'm here. Our community is here. We also just opened up a hospice house. So at our Missouri City location, I know it's not the right time to talk about it, but it's actually called a transition house. We have 6 rooms. It has its own private dining, kitchen, refrigerator, comfy bed. We have showers. We have a lot of things here. We're still adding to it in terms of amenities. But if you have a loved one that is transitioning and you don't want them to transition at home and you rather for them to transition in a beautiful, safe, peaceful, and comforting environment, consider us. We are in the Missouri City area. I'm happy to talk to you about we offer 2 plans in terms of payment, but I'm happy to sit down and discuss it with you, coming to our home. And we've had 15 families so far that we've transitioned their loved ones in a very peaceful, very beautiful way. We will do the same for yours. So keep us in mind. Optimum Assisted Living and Memory Care. We offer long-term care, respite, in our transition house. We also have in-house therapy, where we have a therapy team that comes out and does therapy in-house here with us. Our pricing is all inclusive. It's $46.55 for our Missouri City location with a one-time $3,000 community fee. And then our Sugar Land location is $4,900 with the one-time $3,000 community fee. If you have questions, if you want to take a tour, give us a call. We're here. We are caregivers. We have caregivers here. Our pricing, like I said, is all inclusive. What does that mean? All inclusive means that the pricing does not change based on levels of care. So For instance, if your mom or dad comes to us, let's say they're walking at the time they get here, life happens, breakdowns happen. The body is just a very interesting. It's very interesting. And today we're great, and tomorrow something may have transitioned or happened, transpired is what I'm gonna say. Sorry, happened, and we have to, got to get on. We have to take care of it. So, whatever that may be, we're not going to come to you and say, "Oh, so you brought your mom in and she was walking. Now she's bedbound. That's going to be $3,000 more because now we have to give more care. We have to bring in extra people, etc." We're not going to do that. Not even a little bit. Our pricing is inclusive. So when you come in at the $4,655 or the $4,900, or let's say we're running a special, because right now we're running a special, reach out to me and talk to me about that. My phone number is 346-481-4295. We're running a special. You come in at that special, that's the rate you're paying. We're not, going up on rent. We're not doing anything like that. We honor our pricing, and we're also all inclusive. So we have nurse practitioners and a doctor that comes and rounds at our communities so that your loved one does not have to go out for any kind of primary care services or medication refills or anything like that. If you want to take your loved one out, you're more than welcome to do so, but that is more of a convenience, and it is also included in the price. 3 meals, 3 snacks, that's also included in the price. I did not know before I came here that our senior community, as they age, sometimes they eat more. They have their appetites change, 1 minute they like this and the next minute they like that. Well, we're able to accommodate diets as well. So I said a lot, but if you have any questions, hit me up, email me, call me,